Now, from Generate, Greg Smith, a very good morning to you.
Morning to you, Mike.
What do you make of the Governor?
Yeah, you make some great points, of course. It was obviously making history in terms of the first woman and, the second foreigner we've had if you go back to the 1930s. But, no surprise, of course, external candidate was chosen. Lots of upheaval, lots of scandals this year, and obviously questions around policy direction. So she's got a mandate to restore confidence. She's well qualified, let's face it. Riksbank, since 2019, in terms of their deputy governor. She's been at Swedbank, she's been at the Swedish Ministry of Finance and the World Bank. I suppose when you look at foreigners, it is quite rare. I suppose you had Mark Carney at the Bank of England. I mean, he was Canadian, but it doesn't happen a lot. There will be a bit of getting up to speed, but she has overseen an economy, or helped to oversee an economy more than double the size of ours. But it will be probably a case of getting around a bit, as you say. There are some similarities between Sweden and us. I mean, their housing market, their GDP was hit hard under higher rates. Their recovery has been fragile, and it's fair to say it would probably be kind saying ours has been fragile. So I suppose the interesting point, she starts at December 1. The two meetings before then, the OCR could be at 2.25% by the time she takes over. So her first live meeting won't be till February. If monetary policy moves settling down, the focus may be more on revising bank capital requirements, at least in the near term. But, she has said she likes the RBNZ's laser focus on inflation targeting. But, those rate cuts will have been done. You mentioned Christian Hawkesby. No surprise he is going, having wanted to secure the position permanently and having held the fort. So we've actually had another new appointee recently. So we're actually looking at a pretty fresh board by the time 2026 comes around. So a fresh way of thinking, perhaps, Mike, and your time will tell there. We probably need that. In any event, the Kiwi market rose. The Kiwi dollar was initially steady, but has since wilted. But that's probably due to other reasons.
Right. Talk to me about KMD, because I see the numbers and yet I hear the commentary. The commentary, they remain bullish, don't they? They think they've got a plan.
Yeah, they remain bullish, but the share price has fallen around 85% in the last 4 years, so it gives you a bit of a hint as to what the company's been going through. But it has been tough in retail. The statutory loss of the full year was 94 million. That was double last year. They've had to discount to get shoppers over the line. Sales are actually up 1%, 989 million. Earnings underlying down 65%, 17.7. There's no dividend. But the top line growing. Rip Curl, that was up 2.1%. Kathmandu, that was up just 0.2%, and the bootmaker Oboz, that was up 3.5%. But again, you see that comparison of Aussie versus New Zealand. So Aussie increased 0.2% year on year. New Zealand sales were down 2.3%. We've had a tough economy. We know that. It's been tough in retail. Management, they're talking up the green shoots, if you like. So sales are starting to pick up. So August, up 10.5% year on year. Kathmandu, 22% higher in the first 7 weeks of the new year, a new financial year, that is. So that's positive there. Obviously, they've got this transformation program going as well. So they're trying to target 25 million in cost savings. But what's also interesting, Mike, and perhaps also drove that share price rise yesterday, is that Aussie billionaire retailer Brett Blundy is said to be looking at taking a meaningful stake. So you've already got the activist Alan Gray on the books. You've got Briscoe there as well. So, is a turnaround in the offing. We've had a huge share price fall, but hey, the cost of living's been a factor here in Aussie to a certain extent. But, rates are coming down. Are we seeing some green shoots? Quite possibly. Some are saying a dead cat bounce, but time will tell.
Right. So what happened in Australia yesterday? How come?
The inflation numbers, they came in hot. Still a bit mixed. So this is monthly, and the RBA has said that it doesn't place as much weight on the monthly figures, which tend to be quite volatile, as it does on the quarterly. So all their cuts this year have been after the quarterly inflation figures, but nonetheless, the monthly figures were hot. So CPI 3% in August, up from 2.8% the month before, above expectations, fastest pace in a year. Basically, it looks like there's going to be potentially no more rate cuts, certainly not next week anyway. An even chance potentially still of one when they meet in November. But they have obviously been cutting the cash rate this year. It's a little bit mixed actually, Mike, when you think about it, because the jobs market isn't slowing as much as some had expected. And then on the other side, if you look at their preferred measure of inflation, that was running at 2.6% in August. That's actually down from 2.7% in July. Rents, lowest annual growth since 2022. So all a bit of a mixed picture. Where are we at? Probably no rate cut next week, but still a better than even chance for one on Melbourne Cup Day.
Numbers, please.
The S&P 500 is softer a little bit by 0.4%, 6630. Dow down 0.4%, 46,129. Nasdaq down 0.5%, 22,468. FTSE 100 up 0.3%, 9250. Nikkei up 0.3% as well. ASX 200 down 0.9%. NZX 50 up 0.3% on the RBNZ Governor News 13181. In gold market, that was down $48.3767. Oil, that picked up $1.53, 64 spot 94. In the currencies here, the Kiwi is weaker across the board, down 0.8% against the US, 58.1, 43.2 against pound, down 0.2%. Actually, we were flat against the yen, but we're down 0.5% against the Australian dollar, 88.3. I'll stop giving this news hopefully in next week or so. But we have got something to look forward to today, and it's obviously going to be about the dairy sector with full-year results from Fonterra.
Look forward to them. Go well, mate. Appreciate it very much. Greg Smith, is that at 8:30? I'm assuming it's 8:30. Greg's from Generate Wealth and KiwiSaver Specialists.